might be, for example, like NFT holder. Each avatar represented by NFT you're holding, or you can choose, of course, any other avatar over there. And it gives utility to Doge tokens. So you actually play with Doge, and all the profits goes like to Doge treasury. And I think like increasing the utility of the token is one of the main things. Also, we consider that it's might be like beginning of the engagement of the community, because we can start some tournaments inside the community, or in the future even between different communities. Also might work as an acquisition channel for new Doge users, because you basically provide them with a game, with the tournaments, something happening over there. And we also think that this like we also want to basically get a feedback from the community and think about some additional features, because we kind of want to make it fun. So basically we already have it worked as a prototype, and we're kind of ready to present it next week, but it still like needs some work. And we kind of really want to focus on it and deliver it, or basically working on it full time. And we consider that in 6 weeks, actually is going to be like a final version. It's on Polygon, and yeah, just a bunch of game developers who've been working on like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry are working on it. So we're trying to reimagine how this like community engagement through games would look like. And yeah, so this is like the idea. I already showed some screenshots to TreeDog today in the morning. And yeah, we applied to Bark Tank. So we'll see how it goes. And yeah, so I think that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, that sounds really cool. And something I just saw, yeah, it says you have a working prototype that you can show next week. I can't wait. I just think, when we think about Bark Tank projects, I feel like the top three things are, again, is this fun? Does it tie,
Yeah.
does it tie back to Doge? And then how do we increase the utility of Dog? And then
Yeah.
I think if you can like hit those three things and do it well, then I feel like those are the exact type of projects we're looking for. So I think the council is totally like,
Yeah.
for me, I would think we definitely want to get into an interview to talk a little more about it and see like more of the prototype and everything. But yeah, excited, especially for a community member as yourself. Like you've been in our community for a long time now,
Yeah.
and I just and we've talked a lot about like the different ideas you've had, and like even the NFTs you made with the Doge priests and
Yeah.
the Ukraine collection too, which was like really cool looking. Yeah, I mean, I just would love to hear more about what you can do for with Dog. I think it could be a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
And yeah, so maybe like a few things that also might be interesting for the community, because we had like a few different ideas. We just decided to start with something kind of basic that also accessible to everyone. And a lot of inspiration been from this, this meme with Doge playing poker thing. And at a certain point, I thought, gee, actually, I want to do that. I want to make it actually happen. Like we have a coin, we have Dodges, we have avatars. Like why not? Like just do it. It's just like live meme. And if things go well, like we very much need to rely on actual, because our whole concept is community first games. So we want to get as much feedback as possible, of course, because in the future we consider making something like platformer games that you also can make like tournament within the community. It might have like, and we kind of discussed it already in some groups about the different types of characters, anti-Doge, or how it would look like. And we have it also like been working on it as a concept. So we'd love to present it maybe a little bit in the future, but it would be so cool to like figuring things out within the Doge community, because I like you guys a lot. I don't really like all the PFP communities that much. Kind of, I didn't find mine, but here it seems to be like organic. So yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, appreciate your time. And yeah, something again is I think a lot of people think we're just like another like NFT project or something, but I think, or or just another meme coin project where I feel like we've got the best of both worlds, and really a lot less of like the cons of each world too. So I think that's what we're trying to do, is just trying to be what the what people like the best out of NFTs, and what people like the best out of meme coin and meme coin communities and culture, and trying to really start that next epoch of meme coins, or what we say, meme coin 2.0, or coined meme. So yeah, again, appreciate you being able to find our community and enjoy it. So it's people like you that make the community a blast to be a part of. So can't wait to talk more. Doge Academy, how's it going? Oh, what's up, Doge Ninja? You got something to say, buddy?
Yeah, I just wanted to jump in and say this, since I was going to try to remember to bring this up later in the call anyways, but since it kind of goes along the same theme as what Kumquat just was proposing, and similar to what Doge Generals has also been proposing, with kind of inclusion of the Doge Academy, uh, building more things for people to do. Like, I went on a really long, droning rant when I was talking with Doge Generals about this. I mean, we were talking over some different ideas anyways, and then I was like, man, we really should continue to open up uh, just building things where people want to spend their time. And we've focused a lot about the thing that originally brought us all together, which is, dogs and memes. But I mean, with Doge Academy, and like the ideas that Doge Generals had, just having Twitter Spaces about different topics that interest different people, that really opens the door to people like that just have completely different interests. Like, whatever it is, they're like, oh, this is cool. Like, I want to learn about this history space that this guy holds, or like, learn about some Web3 design, or like robotics or something. I think things that the Doge Academy wants to kind of set up first. But I love the concept of anything that we have, and it can be, it's just places that people like to spend their time, because in general, the common thing that brought us together was dogs and memes. But really, if we just have, it's a cool community place where like people just like to spend their time, want to come join, want to come help out, want to offer their services, offer their expertise and their experience to help other people. That's the stuff that really starts building its own momentum. So I just wanted to say we should keep opening it up, keep those ideas flowing in where we're building cool things. But that's it, and try not to drone on too much about it.
I love that subject. So that's definitely not droning on. I think, yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. It's like, I feel like, especially with like all the metaverses popping up, there's a lot of metaverses to choose from, but almost all of them are dead, right? Or like you can go in a little bit and then what's next? I feel like where the Doge Temple kind of differentiates a little bit is that we could host events there that are not necessarily like, go check out the Doge Temple. It's much more like, hey, we're going to be doing trivia in this super cool place. So like the reason people are going isn't necessarily just to check something out or walk around in this metaverse. It's actually to do something else. But then they're also getting exposed to that Web3 metaverse piece. And I also think like the barrier to entry is also quite important too. Like, for example, like if you can just go into one of these metaverses through a browser and then like attend some super cool event, that is like for me like one of like a really high quality experience from a user perspective, because like they don't need to download a client, they don't need to sign up for something, they don't even need to necessarily like connect a wallet like you do in Decentraland. You can just kind of go in and experience it, and then like it's not just you like passively kind of consuming. Also, it's like you're actually engaged in a conversation, or you can participate, or you can, like in Doge Temple, like you can get up and walk around if you want, or you can talk to people. So yeah, I agree with you completely on that, Doge Ninja. It's like you can build you can build a beautiful building, but if there's nothing inside and there's no activities going on, I don't think anyone's going to want to go to it. But if you can build that same, maybe the building isn't even as nice, but there's actually like a lot of stuff going on, or there's a lot of heart, involved, or there's a lot of different engaging activities that people could participate in. I feel like that could potentially really start growing and drawing in new people as well.
It's a good point. Like, what is any building? You can even say, what is any temple, without the activities you do within it. It ends up just being a shell, but really it should be a vessel of like, community events, right? Like sometimes no one just goes to a building just to check it out, right? Like I know exactly what you mean, and I think that's what when we had the pleasure to be a part of the Golden Kitty after party, or Golden Kitty Awards after party in the Doge Temple, you could see like the potential it has, where there was like a clear goal of what you're there for and clear activities and like trivia, and it was just it was buzzing, and there were like a lot of people there, and the chat was going off, and like the live stream was it was all like really cool, and those are, I feel like those are the memories you want to have when you go into something like that. So which is something that's more like planned events, rather than just going into go in to like check it out for 5 minutes and then maybe never going again. So it's just like a place to congregate, which is why I think like the Doge Temple makes the most sense, because that's where people congregate.
Guys, just like, let's make a community event over there. We told it many times. We're open for that. We can even help with some event things, even like trivia.
Let's do it. I agree. Let's do it. Let's get it on the schedule. And I think that would actually push us to just execute. Two cool ideas we were kind of discussing one would be like the meme competition we do. Last meme competition, we had all these cool submissions, and Paco kind of emceed it and gave his like expert meme analysis. I feel like the Doge Temple would be a perfect space for that, because you could have him up on like the screen sharing, and then you'd have the audience kind of like watching as he's going, and then the audience can also, discuss. The other cool idea there could be like trivia as well. So I think trivia is like a really fun kind of, it could be engaging, and I think hopefully it'd be a little easier to do in the metaverse than like on Zoom, let's say. So there's definitely a lot of cool areas there. So maybe let's connect and just get this on the calendar and drive towards that.
Yeah, I think that works. I think it was like the use of being an operator was one of the things that I probably need a little bit more help on. I don't think it's hard. It's just it's maybe having to do like a couple trial runs to make sure that things are operating correctly before trying to bring in a ton of people in there.
It's already updated like dramatically actually since you tried it. So many things been like updated a lot. So
awesome.
I think it's way easier now.
Awesome.
Let's just schedule it, guys. Yeah. Go.
And Kumquat, we're happy. You and your family are safe, by the way. We've been thinking about you a lot. I think one thing that differentiates our community from others is that we know each other. We're in this early, and we care about one another. And I think the value of doing only good every day is something that you truly live and embrace. And we care about you. So I just wanted to share that too, buddy.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate your support. Yeah, and it's been I felt the support all the way while chatting with you on the chats, being on the bombing, which is a surreal thing. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. And did I just see this correctly? Is Base Jackers in this spaces too? I see the blue check mark next to the name, so it might it looks legit, but highly recommend you check out their Doge song. I don't know, Paco, if you could find a link that you could pin, but it's like I have this very strong memory of hearing that song in the DCL museum, in the Metaverse Museum, in the Doge exhibit, it just really was a fire tune. It's super cool. But then also like experiencing it in the metaverse in that environment was just amazing. So highly recommend you guys check out Base Jackers too.
Yeah, in
In
Doge,
Doge we trust.
Yep.
Jinx, big
feel like-
fans, and hopefully some fun surprises coming from them this quarter, in the next few months here.
Awesome. And then as we get this rolling, let's make sure we kind of amplify our collective voice by retweeting the space and then making sure that this is on your guys' profile so your friends can see it too. I think, it's always an uphill battle for spaces like this because I think Twitter kind of incentivizes people to just have these long, drawn out, low quality spaces. But, we're trying to do something a little different. So we just need to work together to kind of get the word out.
Yeah,
All right.
Thanks for everyone to retweet that. So appreciate it.
Hell yeah. And we got the song dropped on the Twitter, the feed as well at the top. So make sure you guys check that out too. All right. Well, you want to keep rolling forward, Mr. or Mrs. Own the Doge?
Yes. As a Mrs., we have our POAP. We've been able to we have a good streak right now where we've gotten POAPs accepted in time, so we can drop it for our event. So again, as a token of appreciation for you all to join in on this call, if you go to POAP.website / this is in your browser, your URL browser, by the way. It's POAP.website / DAOge123. That's DOGGO 123. That's all one word, lowercase. That'll get you a free NFT for being a part of this call. I would say do it faster because I don't know if there's anyone in here that will then give that to a bigger group of people. That's just kind of the risk that POAP is kind of willing to take at the moment until like things get a little bit more figured out. But yeah, go grab it sooner rather than later is all I can say. And then what's next on the agenda?
Oops, sorry. I was muted. So this is super exciting. So, and I think we should have a nice tweet on this too, but DAOge is going to space. So what's the sitch with that? What's the update on DAOge going to space?
Yeah, this is like probably going to be, this is the creme de la creme of what the Doge could ever do. But, there's certain things that are still, we've been like working on this in secret for a little while with a handful of folks due to like confidentiality and like security clearance with SpaceX and, X, Y, and Z. But we've finally secured the Doge NFT on what they call a CubeSat, like a micro satellite that's going to have a screen that we'll get the Doge NFT on for over a month during Earth and lunar orbit, and so we're gonna share more details soon. But literally, the Doge is going to the moon.
Yes, that isn't a metaphor for anything. That is a literal statement. And we also were able to have the community vote on whether or not it can go, because there was a bit of an expense, as everything is to to put the NFT to the moon. But we put it up to community vote, and it passed with flying colors. There was like no resistance at all. So everybody wants to see the Doge NFT on a CubeSat in Doge 1 going around the moon. I don't think anyone's going to say no to that. So But shout out to Samuel and GEC, where they are eating a lot of the expense too, because they want to see Doge on the moon as well. So it was just a really good partnership, and just being able to do something as exciting as this. I mean, I almost feel like that's the end game. Like we like to feel like to be able to get something like this in space is just such a cool concept, and yeah, we're more than excited.
So, what was the format that Dog would take as it goes to the moon? How does that work? Or is that something we're still working on?
They're basically, yeah, like the format is like they're gonna have like a screen on board. There's a lot of space jargon that I'm not as familiar with, but my understanding is there's going to be a screen, there's going to be live streaming or video and photography of it, and we like basically bought like one of the largest pieces on this screen, and just plastered the Doge NFT on it.
Yeah, so it's front and center, which is amazing. But yeah, I think October 2022 is when like I don't know whether that's when like the shuttle will be launching, or if that's like when our time and space, quote unquote time and space, is like on this CubeSat. But yeah, it's a screen that's displayed, and there will be a live feed for a full month, where we will be in orbit, and it'll be a live feed, so anybody can see it.
Wow!
Yeah.
I just shared the tweet too. If you want to peek the featured tweet up there at the top, it's probably about the most details we have right now. We're trying to get more out as soon as we can.
So there's like this whole, I think like it's the whole way to do this, to get your time and space, is tokenized too, where you have to collect all 5 tokens and then redeem them in order to do so. Which ended up seeming to be like a lot of hoops we would have to like jump through. But again, Samuel at GEC like helped push that along for us, and ate a lot of the cost by using his own tokens to make this reality happen. And so like and he was gracious enough to, again, make the expense about half as much as it should be, and wants to would like to receive Dog and hold it. So that's pretty fun, because he's a big believer of the Doge NFT too. So yeah, just super excited to see this happen, and it's we're all set to go. Like we're ready to launch.
That's awesome. That's gonna be super exciting, and I think that's something that the larger Doge community is definitely going to be able to rally around. So make sure you guys are all like spreading the word about all this, cool shit we're doing too, because, to use a space term, we don't want it to happen in a vacuum. We want to make sure that, people are aware of all this cool stuff. So thank you for that update, TriDog and Own the Doge. That was really nice. We also had some fun for April Fools. So what did we do? You actually I think you actually kind of got me. I hate to admit it, but for a second, I always forget that it's April Fool's Day, and then I think we did a really nice one this year. Could you guys kind of walk through that with us?
Yeah, we did a ton of things. I'm sure Bubba can add some stuff to it, but basically we did it kind of turned into like a full on like Mona Lisa takeover, which I'll credit to Bubba. But we had basically like fake news combined with the Pixel Portal takeover of Mona Lisa, combined with the takeover of Mona Lisa of the Doge Twitter account. What else did we have? And basically like some of the articles, I think like someone's gonna pin the tweet, but it was shout out to Magic Hands for doing a lot of fun stuff on there and setting up the fake site. We blasted out to like reporters. Some people were like hitting us up knowing it was a joke. Some people were like, is this real? Because we had one of the articles was kind of like a Banksy like character replaced put like a Doge face on the glass of the Mona Lisa. We had another one that was it was like a el fresco, or like a wall painting in Spain that like was kind of like someone tried to reveal it, and it like ended up looking like the Doge face. And then we had one that's kind of like almost like a real one, where like people from one of the bounties, and I think some people here, like created like museum pieces and like put them up in museums uh, around the world. And we had like a few really interesting ones. One was like a pixel in a glass case. One was like there were some pieces of like art paintings where like I think Mojo Jojo, shout out Jaya. I think you guys were in on that. Um, Really awesome. Actually, that's probably one of my favorite bounties that we've run on layer 3, and we'll be updating more bounties there soon. But I think like where else, like those sorts of, send us your ideas for bounties too, because I think that's like, we want some crazy wacky things to be done, and so constantly looking for like new fresh ideas. But yeah, so we had like 4 or 5 things. We had like 5 April Fools things going on.
That's wonderful.
Some that were like, you could see like the scale of like effort from like low effort where we just said, we were like, oh, why don't we just make Mona Lisa take over our Twitter and just start shit posting, to then like higher effort where the pixel portal being like the picture of Mona Lisa was I can't believe, like I had that as an idea, and then Gainer from the Pixel Portal team was like, yeah, we can do it, and got it done. Like I thought that was so cool. So you could actually, you end up seeing like the front end, like if you were going into the Pixel Portal to see your pixels instead of Doge, you would see Mona Lisa. Yeah, and the articles were really fun too. Yeah, one of them, the al fresco. I think that's how it's if anybody remembers when the lady goes to church to restore Jesus and turns like Jesus into a monkey, basically the monkey Jesus meme. We we spun it where she tried to restore Jesus, and it turned into like Doge. So we were like, is it, so when people were like, was this the worst restoration ever? We were like, is this the best restoration ever? And then the other one like was like last minute where we loved the like the bounty of like Doge going to a museum, which we didn't know if it was actually going to manifest, but we ended up getting like awesome submissions. And then we were like, well, why don't we make that an article too? That like anons from around the world are secretly going to museums and placing Doge artifacts around fine art museums. And we were able to do it. It was so fun, and we had like the pictures, and so anyone who was part of that bounty, like Mojo Jojo, Jaya, sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right, Meme Taverse, those people were part of like a real, like one of my more favorite the April Fool's jokes I've been a part of. So yeah, that was like big community effort. Loved it. Was super happy with our April Fool's results.
Yeah, I like the full court press approach too, because it created like an ecosystem of kind of pranks and gags and stuff. It wasn't just like one kind of shot in the dark. It was like this whole ecosystem, which I really enjoy, like the stuff that really kind of bends my mind, and kind of it's like alternate reality a little bit. So nice work on that. That was really fun. All
Yeah,
right.
thanks. Yeah, we when we did the Mona Lisa Twitter takeover, we were doing it like during our Friday stand up with like the core team, and we were just like just already starting to think of all these tweets. And it was just like the hardest I think we've ever laughed. So I'm just thinking about that was probably one of the highlights, was just that stand up we had, and just like how much fun we were having with being Mona Lisa for a hot minute there.
All righty. So I was thinking we could do a quick update on NFTLA as well. That was just last week. So I just pinned a post. I was thinking this is probably one of my favorite pictures I have of myself now. That's me and Andrew Yang hanging out. And I remember, so first I want to thank Own the Doge for helping like kind of set this up and getting me there, and also making sure the Doge Clarin is there and making sure we got good swag. And it was like a team effort. So Chuck Arado, shout out to you. Huge shout out to Doge Ninja as well. So Chuck Arado kind of helped us get all like the swag set up in the most perfect way. And then Doge Ninja and I kind of tag team the events together. And so this picture I just posted here, that's me and Andrew Yang. And before I even went, I was kind of joking, but I was like, my objective is to meet Andrew Yang. So I met up, we were like, Doge Ninja and I were walking into the event center, and there was like nobody out front. And we're like, of course, carrying all of our Doge swag and wearing our Doge outfits and all that good stuff. And as we walk up, a guy we know, Theo, he's in Golden DAO. He turns around and says, "Hey guys, what's up?" He says, "Hey, I'd like to introduce you to Andrew Yang." And Andrew Yang turns around, and I'm the type of person, I very rarely am at a loss for words. I was almost always have something to say, and I was like speechless. I was not prepared for that, even though in my mind I was kind of already like, what am I going to say to him? How am I going to pitch Own the Doge to him? How am I going to tell him about the Doge NFT? Like I was already like thinking through that, but I totally was unprepared. And he turns around and, he's like the super chill, super nice guy, just chatting with us. And we snagged this picture with him. So then after that, I was kind of like joking around, like, okay, well, I met him once. Now I have to meet him again. Let's like double or nothing. So I kind of was challenging myself to that. And then like, obviously, 2 hours later, we run into him again, and he stops and kind of chats with us. So we got a super cool picture of him holding up an Own the Doge, a Doge NFT shirt that was really cool, like awesome design, super comfy. And we're like, "Hey man, like, do you mind like taking a picture with this shirt with us?" And the first photo was obviously with the Own the Doge / Doge Generals painting. The second one was with the shirt, which actually clearly says Own the Doge. And we were like, he didn't have like a backpack. A lot of the people at these events are like carrying around like a swag bag basically. But he doesn't have a backpack. He's wearing a suit, and he doesn't have anything like to put the shirt in. So we were like, hey, thanks for taking the picture with us. If you want the shirt, obviously, we'd love you to have it, but we see you don't have a bag. And he's like, "No, this is really nice." And he like touches it and feels the material. And he's like, "Yeah, this is great." And I think in Doge Ninja, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe he said, "This is a great shirt, and I think my wife is going to wear it." So that's it's kind of funny to think through, just like, the idea that Andrew Yang's wife now has like kind of like a house T-shirt that is Own the Doge. So hopefully his wife reads the print and thinks it's kind of funny or cool, and she Googles it. And at some point in the future, I'm expecting Andrew Yang's wife to be on one of these community calls with us. Crazy enough, actually, then super jokingly, I was like, well, might as well go for the hat trick and meet him 3 times in a day. And of course, 5 hours after that, we were at a Golden DAO party, and he comes cruising through with his security, and me and Crypto Steve, one of the members in Pleaser DAO, we were just standing there, talking, and he walks by, and Steve had already kind of briefly met with him as well. And he recognized us immediately. Like he knew who we were, because I was wearing a kind of a bizarre, like, you can see you can kind of see the shirt underneath the painting, but it's like this weird hoodie that's based on Admiral Lord Nelson's dress uniform during the Napoleonic Wars. So he recognizes us right away, and we're like, "Hey, can we get a third picture with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, absolutely. How you guys doing?" Blah, blah. So then he actually took a third picture with us. So I think Andrew Yang, if he doesn't know what Own the Doge is or the Doge NFT is, I'd be very surprised. I think he's definitely familiar with it now, which was kind of my objective, and also very exciting, to meet someone like him.
Yeah, nice that if he, when Andrew Yang becomes president, we'll have it into the White House now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm assuming, and we didn't discuss this, but my assumption would be that if we do like some type of universal basic income type program, I think it only makes sense for that money to be dispersed through fractions of the Doge NFT. Just from a logistics perspective, I think that's the clear path forward for UBI. So that would just be my assumption.
Yeah, I think that's a tweet too. We're like, you know what, dog UBI just makes way too much sense.
Yeah, exactly.
And the last time on our last community call, it was like right before, wasn't it like right before that you said, you know, my goal is to meet Andrew Yang, and we said the next time we're on a call, we better have some stories. So it's funny how we're now full circle that not only was it once but thrice, and there's a chance that a Doge NFT shirt will be residing in the White House in the future.
Yeah. Totally. It's super cool. And just like other thing for him too is this, like, he's very like focused on the Web3 space, I think, in the crypto space. I think a lot of politicians are kind of literally sleeping on this, and they're kind of just letting it go by without fully understanding it. But I think he's really kind of diving into this and taking it seriously. And I think that's definitely a positive signal to me. That, like, you know, as time goes on, like, governments and bureaucracies and administrations are going to have to figure out, you know, where do these pieces fit into the larger puzzle, and, you know, how do we do like regulation and things like that in a way that both protects people but also, you know, allows the space to continue growing and thriving. So, you know, I think having a voice at the table is really important, and I think this is a positive step forward for us. Other quick updates. We'll keep going on forward. And I'll share the tweet here, so that should be pinned. But one of the things that I was most excited about at NFTLA, beyond just, you know, having the Doge Claren there, having a Doge supercar is pretty dope. But beyond that was, you know, we did this really sweet event with Start Rescue. So I just pinned their tweet. It should be up in a second. If it's not, maybe I'll do it one more time real quick. Boom. Okay. And so Start Rescue is an animal shelter in the LA area. Just the nicest, sweetest people. The Doge NFT actually donated $250,000 to them, which is it's a cause that really resonates with me, and I think hopefully many of the people in this call right now. And the cool thing about them is that they save animals from everywhere, from many different countries. Especially their main focus is saving animals that would otherwise be put down. So when we did that donation, it wasn't like it's going to slightly improve some slight thing in some slight area. It's like we're literally saving the lives of animals and dogs. And that's just like incredibly rewarding. So they actually attended our event, and they brought some of the animals with them there, and they were just like the sweetest, nicest dogs, along with like the sweetest and nicest people. So it was just like this super event, in my opinion, with these really cool people. And it just, you know, it's fun seeing the impact that our community can have. And, you know, when we work together and we like are building together, I think, you know, keeping in mind our high level kind of philosophical or ideological goals around like doing good is super important. And I think this is just another indication, you know, we're on the right path and we're doing awesome stuff. That was super fun, and they were really cool people to meet. Another really fun thing too, and I'll drop this tweet as well, is we had the Doge Claren there for the week, and like you could just tell, like, so Doge Ninja and I, we were kind of like doing guerrilla marketing. You know, it's like we're not trying to like just spend a bunch of money to get eyeballs on us. And I think at the conference we saw a lot of money getting thrown around and essentially wasted. Like people were paying $10,000 to go up on stage and do like a 10-minute like little speech that they were literally reading off their phone. Instead, we like posted up with a bunch of our cool swag and t-shirts and this like super dope painting, and we were just chilling. And we'd be in like the kind of like the registration area as people come in and out. And as people walked by, you could just see like first like the eyeballs get locked on and then their whole heads are moving as they're walking by. And then a lot of people would just like stop and kind of just stare at the painting and like, what are these guys doing? And then of course that would be the signal for us to go out and be like, hey, you want a picture with this? And like, of course, everyone was like super pumped, you know? And it was just fun to see, you know, just how excited these people were about Doge and the Doge NFT and how it resonated with just so many people. And that was just with the painting. So you can imagine when we got the Doge Claren there, it was like a whole different ball game. Like it was like literally like the sun, you know, like with that gravitational pull and how everything gets kind of attracted to that mass. It was like the Doge is the is the densest material ever, where it was just like people just were sucked into it. So it was really fun just seeing how like we could park the car there and we're hanging out, and then people just kind of start gathering around taking pictures, and like they go from like passive kind of observer, like taking a picture of the car, to us being like, hey, we'll take your photo with the car. And then like they're like, of course, yeah, that's awesome. And then we take the photo, tell them to tag us, and then we explain kind of like what the project is, the Doge NFT in general, you know, how that fractionalization worked and stuff like that. And it was very rewarding to just see how people responded so positively to that. And the link I just dropped is the second episode of the Doge Claren series, where Julia and Gary are kind of traveling around the U.S. in the Doge Claren, just doing cool stuff, meeting cool people. And one of the key features of this episode is the party at Crypto Steve's place, and also, you know, just the events and stuff at NFTLA. So I highly recommend checking that out as well. And one other thing too is just we're going to be doing we're gathering up all the photos. We have tons of them and videos as well. And we're going to do some cool recap of the events and stuff just to share, you know, all this cool stuff, because, you know, it's not like I went as myself. I feel like in a lot of ways I was trying to represent our community as well and share in that. So I feel like it should go both ways. It's like I want to share that back with our larger community here.
Yeah, and just extreme amount of like props and respect to all involved in LA to you know, go out and spread the gospel of the Doge NFT, and just having a fun time doing it too. That's what it really seemed like it was, and again, just reiterating that Doge is a mimetic black hole. All you have to do is hold a picture, and you can get like half the conference goers to meet you. Yeah, I think we found that out very quick. That's probably the best IRL marketing you can do, is just hold up a very curious painting with a very curious car wearing curious clothing, and you will suck them all in. So that was a lot of fun, and yeah, just
totally.
you know, appreciate all the content that everyone's been making too, and yeah, we're can't wait to put that all together to show you a recap and get everyone to feel involved, like they were almost there.
Yeah, great tip there is if you're going to a party and you don't know anyone, bring a Doge painting, because you will suddenly be the center of attention and everyone's going to want to talk to you. So that was pretty fun. Like I went to one party alone, and it was kind of like, you know, it's intimidating going to a place where you don't know anyone, but like having that painting with me was just like this magnet for people being like, so what's going on with this? And then soon you're just chatting with people and talking to people about other random stuff too. So it's actually like a really funny little like party hack, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. Which we even found out in East Denver too. So I mean, now you've got enough successful cases to say that works. Enough experiments to say that works. So, and apparently a cabbage too. You can just bring a cabbage as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, now with the foundation of the cabbage DAO, I think that it's going to be full circle. So quick backstory on that. So I don't know exactly like why Julia brought the cabbage to the party, but I know she did bring a cabbage to a party. And they roll up with this cabbage, and they were literally just like eating this cabbage like like not broken up into like leaves. It was just the straight up cabbage. So they bring it into the party, and it was like everyone was like, why are they eating a cabbage? Do you see these people with a cabbage? And it was just like this little like flutter of conversations around that. So of course, like for me, I love these little like psychological games and this fun kind of like semi prank and, you know, trying to like bend people's reality a little bit. So I would say in a very serious way, like, oh yeah, they're members of Cabbage DAO, they're Cabbage Maxis, and they believe that, you know, the only nutrients people need is from cabbage, and that the only, you know, nutrients that they get is from cabbage. So like the drinks they have in their hand, those are all cabbage based, and they only eat cabbage and blah blah blah. They think cabbage is like a human right, you know. So I was really leaning into it in this like very serious way. And like at first people were kind of like laughing, like thinking I'm joking, but then what quickly started happening was like I'd be talking to one group of people about it and kind of explaining Cabbage DAO, and then other people that I'd previously told about Cabbage DAO would then be like, yeah, this is legit, like this is real. So then they kind of like started reinforcing it. And the funniest thing to me was that like Julia and Gary didn't know this like Cabbage DAO thing was going on. So they like had like this little like they had their little setup in the corner with their cabbage and people like going up and kind of asking them about it. But then very quickly, soon the narrative became that they were part of this bigger project with Cabbage DAO. And I'm 100% sure there's quite a few people that left that party thinking that this is a real thing that people are into and doing. So I like that little kind of psyop we ran there.
They probably thought it was the top. Probably thought
Absolutely.
Cabbage DAO was a top signal for DAOs.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, everyone knew, like, everyone met, like, Pizza DAO was set up giving out free pizza. And, like, they're basically saying, like, we think, you know, pizza should be free and pizza should be like a, you know, a right that people have. So, like, you know, it's not like these people are just like rando normies. They're like already a little like maybe primed, you know? So, yeah, absolutely. You know, if there is a top, this is it. Once the Cabbage DAO. I also like the idea of Nuke DAO, but it sounds like the first DAO that owns a nuclear weapon. But I think that I actually searched that and that's already taken. So the pickings for DAOs are slowly, you know, you got to claim your spot now if you have a DAO idea. That's all I have to say.
Well, have you heard that like basically basically US is just a nuke DAO and it's only like a one of two multi-sig or something?
Yeah, that's funny.
I remember hearing that joke on Twitter. I was like, oh, okay, that's a little too true.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I like the additional thought that went into the multi-sig portion of that.
Yeah, which makes it even scarier. Yeah, one of two multi-sig, I think. All right, how are we going to fit all of our other items in the next
All right,
15,
let's
20
roll.
minutes?
So, layer 3 bounties. What is it? You got 60 seconds. Go.
Okay. Well, I think everyone knows about them. We've been screaming from the rooftops for the past month. We had like, I mean, we started out with a bang. We had like 13 bounties. A lot of them being just around like making memes and making like funny content, TikToks, explainer videos. But the one that we thought was going to be a stretch was bringing Doge to an IRL museum, which passed with flying colors. Probably my favorite content ever. But also like Dogifying historical art pieces too. So like to tie back when Kumquat was saying like how dogs playing poker is like a very well known painting. Well, we had someone actually make all dogs playing poker doges and done really well. So maybe that'll be our next painting to another event. Extremely excited for that. So, anyways, just to talk a little bit more about the bounties, is that most contests have been decided, or like the winners have been decided. So out of the 13, we have 9 that are now closed, and the winners can now go and claim their bounties. I think there's the 4. No, actually, sorry, are done. There's other 3 that we're going to extend for a little bit longer, just because I think we named like a higher amount of winners and we want better content to name some winners. So this gives anyone a chance to, like, if you want some bounties or you've missed out, uh, go to those bounties, and you still have a good shot of winning or just getting some dog for your effort. So those are still alive. There's a lot that we've learned. We're going to continue rolling more out as time goes on. So anyone who ended up being a pretty good bounty hunter, stick around because we'll make more. And appreciate you now being part of the community where you're learn to meme to earn. So yeah, we're excited.
That's awesome. And I think one thing for the listeners too is that, like, the reality might be different than what your expectations are. The competitions and the bounties aren't incredibly complex, and it's actually like realistic stuff, and the rewards are much more generous than you may expect too. So highly recommend checking that out. Next up is the DAOge. So Pleaser DAO and DAOge, moving assets. Any guidance on that? How would you guys like to share this update?
Yeah, I mean, we can be pretty high level with it because we've also already brought it up last week in our last week's community call, and just had announcements in it in our Discord and on our Twitter, that Pleaser DAO has like effectively gone offshore with their treasury assets. So literally all that means is that they had a wallet that was created in the Cayman Islands that they just moved over to another wallet, and they've done the same for the DAOge wallet, which is just our 25% community fund. So that's what happened over the past week. Was Pleaser DAO moved its treasury assets, and we moved the DAOge to the same multi-sig structure. It's just domiciled under the Cayman Foundation now, which is actually really great news because I think it opens up a lot more of what we're able to do, which we'll be able to start doing relatively soon. So yeah, that felt pretty good. So that was it. Just saying, like, anything that we've brought up in the last call over the last week, it's finished, and yeah, we're ready to move forward.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's really exciting news for the community. So, what about merch store? What's going on with our merchandise?
You want to talk about that, TriDog? You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so always trying to do cool stuff for the community, right? Like that's why everyone's a part of Dog and the Doge NFTs, because we're trying to create this endless stream of entertainment. One ask from the community has been merch, and so we're trying to do kind of like funky, fun merch for that'll be token gated or NFT gated with a pixel, for the community. And we've kind of got an interesting opportunity to partner with Shopify on it. They're only working with like one other project and Doodles, so we got a pretty cool access point to some new stuff that they're working on. And I guess everyone's been voting on it, right? Like Rogue versus Bandana winning. So I think that's the first of many things, but I think that there's a lot of other like crazy funky types of merch and swag that we could do that's Doge related, like Doge Matrushka doll, or like the robe like Komodo robe, like in honor of like Kabusu's Japanese heritage. Like I think there's like a lot of fun stuff that we can do, and just find ways to like drop it at cost or for free for the community. So we're just kind of figuring out the details there, but overall it's more of like something fun that we want people to rep and use it to, like, wear it to events, put it on their dog, use it to drive awareness of the Doge NFT. So that's kind of the thinking behind it right now. And the hope is to kind of like use April to get at least like the first merch piece up and running.
Yeah, so the community got to choose our first item, which was a Doge themed bandana, which can be worn by humans and doggos alike. So I think that's going to be a fun one to start off with. I mean, we already, like what TriDog said, is we have like 5 other like options that we have, but we wanted to find the ones that probably just start off with a nice bang, and like and then something that's a little bit more uncharacteristic to what people are expecting out of a merch store. So, we're even thinking like, okay, these robes, are they kimonos instead? That's we're always like constantly trying to think of like some wacky things, and then also like if we do these robes or kimonos, like that's something I totally want to wear to a convention the next time I show up. That's how I want that's how I want to rep dog, is in the wackiest way possible.
Yeah, that's super exciting. I love the idea, like how the internet stuff can bleed into real life and how we kind of connect those two spaces. I think that's an interesting area that Own the Doge NFT does, that a lot of crypto coin communities, NFT communities as well, don't quite pull off. So I love the real world impact we make, but I also love like the kind of connection between this and what we're doing in IRL too. So I think this is just one really fun kind of extension of that. Yeah, let's keep rolling. We got a couple more minutes here. So we have a really great Q1 recap Medium article as well. I think these are always really fun to read, really well done articles. It's not like a boring kind of update on what's going on. It's almost always, it's like a very engaging, interesting look. So let's get that pinned for everyone so they can go ahead and check that out. I don't know, Paco, do you have the pin button ready for that one?
Yeah, I'm pinning.
Yeah. And then, all right, cool. Thank you for that. And then Own the Doge. So tell us a little bit more about onboarding more members.
Yeah, so we're just trying to scale our team so that we can start running just faster with like content, and just again like more on the tech side, on the marketing, partnerships, collabs, content, memes, all that. Like we're bringing on about 2 or 3 other members part time to see like on a contract basis if it works out. Yeah, I think that's and I think everyone that's onboarding is like day one people. So it's been great to have more community members be able to find a little bit more time to work and contribute for the DAO. So yeah, we're just excited. I don't know if there's anything else that TriDog wants to say about that, but for the sake of time, that's about all I have to say.
Great. And then we had a few fun calls this week too. So, and I think we're going to be getting a follow-up setup as well. So on Monday, we did a really fun call of the history of the Doge meme with Paco. And it was just this really nice Twitter spaces where we kind of like Paco shared kind of like the background on the Doge meme and kind of what it means within the larger meme landscape. It was a really well attended event. And I think the best part was that the quality of the attendees and the conversation was super high. I feel like we were able to introduce a lot of new people to the Doge NFT and what it actually means, and kind of helping people differentiate between Doge meme, Dogecoin, and then the Doge NFT as well, which is always exciting to me. And we also did a really cool, like, kind of casual meeting in Discord as well, where it was just a kind of open-ended public chat, which was really fun. So if you guys enjoyed that, let us know. If you want to get more involved in that type of stuff, my recommendation is for like the spaces stuff. I'm hosting those through the Doge Academy account, the account I'm on right now. So make sure you do like the bell there. And I also recommend, Own the Doge is also co-hosting a lot of this too, and hosting as well. So I really recommend that you guys follow and bell them as well, so you see it pop up. And then for the Discord part, so these conversations are much less formal and just kind of like informal chat where anyone can share whatever they would like to share. My recommendation there is hop in our Discord. It's a super cool Discord. It's not like a crazy, like, a wall of text is just flying by. You can actually have conversations with people, and it's a bunch of really nice people and a bunch of really funny people dropping really fire memes. So I really recommend hopping in that Discord too. I don't know, Paco, if you could grab the link to the Discord and just pin that too, so we can get that anyone that's interested in joining there, hopping in there too. Yeah, and then any final updates on Bark Tank before we end our weekly community call?
Yeah, but before I do, I know we have some requests to come up to speak. If you just give us the chance to address our items first, we'll bring you up. So just be patient with us. Yeah, so Bark Tank, I think a lot of people have probably heard about the Pixel Portal and how they want to continue to build enhancements for the portal. So the team has put together a version 2, which I think the proposal right now is ready to go. It's all great. It's all put together, well put together, with the ask and the mock-ups and everything. It's just when we migrated to the new wallet for the DAOge, we have to just set up our snapshot again. So when our snapshot is ready to go and be implemented, we'll have our next snapshot vote. So get ready for that. We're always super excited about anything the Pixel Portal team does. I think their next enhancements are going to be really good, and you'll be excited for, and just want to continue using this project as the magnum opus of Dog, because I think it just translates to the Doge NFT really well. So another quick update about the Sandbox Doge boarding game. I think we just had a meeting with them yesterday, and they're pretty much ready to go. They have everything ready. The only thing that is kind of holding that up is that Sandbox themselves has pushed back their season 3 again to mid-June, and we think it makes the most sense to be a part of that season launch, because then again that game gets to be showcased in their season launch with the play to earn mechanics, to earn sand for playing the Doge boarding game. So we all agreed that it made the most sense to have the Doge boarding game be aligned with the season launch, so it starts off with a bang. So so I think I've already mentioned this about the Doge 2048 NFT play to earn game that's been made by the Infinity NFT marketplace. I think I mentioned this already last week, but just to reiterate again, is kind of the same thing with the Doge boarding game, is that the Infinity NFT marketplace had to push back their launch too, and it made the most sense to launch this game when their marketplace launches, just for the marketing and the content behind it and everything. So we agreed that that game would come out right around the Infinity's launch. So I think that's going to happen within the next couple of weeks. Once we hear more developments, we'll start hyping that up, because that seems really fun.
Great.
Yeah.
No, that's super cool, and I feel like the game in particular, the thing that I find so interesting about this is the opportunity for new people to find us as well, right? It's not just necessarily for our community to enjoy and play. I think this is also a great way to kind of expand our fan base and reach a new audience. And the idea that this is going to be on Sandbox Pass, where thousands and thousands of people are going to be kind of seeing this, and it's going to be something that is a fun kind of game, but also a play to earn game potentially. I think that's just super cool, and I hope that the end result of this is just we get this new flow of gamers into our community. So I love that aspect of it, and I think that it's definitely that makes sense, the kind of decision making around that. So that's really cool.
Yep. Yeah, definitely wanted to get them just get it's like I feel like it's the easiest way to get more people to get eyes on Doge NFT too, is like just getting those the gamer side or the play to earn side of crypto. And yeah, it made the most sense that when Sandbox has their much anticipated season 3 launch, that we want to be a part of that. Yeah, I think that's all. I think, dog tools should be coming out pretty soon. I think we were just working on like a couple more enhancements, as well as like a webhook for Discord, so that the price chat gets updated with daily was it like daily activity on chain, which could be just a lot more fun for Dogenerates out there. And yeah, just again, one of our mods is also like really starting to work more on artist collabs, and even one of them is like social media filters, exclusively Instagram and Snapchat for now, before maybe finding other people to be able to do like TikTok and other things. So yeah, that's feel like that was pretty loaded, but those have been like the things that we've kept our eyes on, that have been like the highest priority out of Arc Tank right now.
Well, isn't that just wonderful? I love to hear it on the Doge. I love to hear it. Yeah, so maybe we can have anyone that's requested speaker. For some reason, I can't approve speaker right now, even though I'm a co-host. But yeah, I'd be down to chat for a couple minutes with some people that would be interested in sharing something.
Yeah, I just brought up Golden Rules.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are yourself?
Doing pretty good. I just had a few questions. I've been around with the project. I heard through it through K Crypto, which I don't really watch too many YouTuber influencers, but I've been with this project probably about 2 months now, and I was kind of curious because I didn't really realize I had a Discord. Just the first time I've got on y'all's live talk on here, and I'm gonna tap into that right after this call. But one of my main questions would be, do y'all plan on listing on centralized exchanges, or y'all staying strictly on DEXs for right now?
We're on centralized exchanges. We're on. We just listed on Huobi, which is like one of a major exchange right now. Other like smaller centralized exchanges, but Huobi is like was a big listing. So I don't know if you knew about that.
I seen on CoinMarketCap where somebody commented towards the end of March about there should have been a Huobi, or however you say it, listing, but then I kept trying to refresh the markets and stuff like that. I haven't got a second chance to give it another look.
I think a better resource is CoinGecko at the moment. I think CoinMarketCap's been a bit slow to list new listings. And then even this week there was just a proactive listing, Hotbit. I think they're like kind of an EU early asset list exchange. They kind of followed up after the Huobi listing a week or two ago and put us on there. But CoinMarketCap has everything. If you look at markets, everything except for that Hotbit one right now.
You mean CoinGecko?
Or sorry,
right?
Yep, CoinGecko. My bad.
Yeah, I would always recommend to use CoinGecko. It's just it's a better platform in my experience and opinion. But yeah, when you look at the markets for CoinGecko, I mean, it's you got Gate, IO, MEXC, BTSE, Hotbit, Huobi. Yeah, there's definitely a good amount of centralized exchanges there.
All right, I appreciate y'all. And another question would be, how do y'all plan on doing y'all's like vesting schedule, or however y'all do that?
Well, the anyone that works on Dog right now is being paid by DAOge or Pleaser DAO. So there's no there wasn't like a team allocation as part of the. I don't think there wasn't a team allocation as part of the tokenomics. I think there was one for like the launch team, but those are, if you look in the tokenomics for the launch team, there is vesting that you can see. So
All right, and this is all on y'all's Discord.
it's yeah, you can either go on Discord to find it, which I think is under official links, the official links channel. But if you don't, if it's hard for you to find anything, you can always just ask one of the mods and we can point you in the right direction.
All right, I really appreciate that. And one thing, it's kind of off topic too. What are y'all's thoughts on that other project coming up? It's like Feisty Doge NFT or Dog NFT.
Oh, Feisty Doge. They've been out for as long as we have. Well, actually, a couple of weeks earlier. No, we love Feisty DAO. Yeah, no, we it's another.
All dogs friends.
Yeah, it's another one of the Doge, or the collection of 8 Doge pictures that were minted as NFTs, and so I think that they were the first one to fractionalize right before the Doge NFT did. So we're the 2 fractionalized Doge NFTs. No, I feel like a lot of people who hold Dog or also hold NFT. So I feel like the communities are pretty.
This is a good like Q Paco for meme economy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically,
like I think it's a good question because I think I think our philosophy is that fractionalized memes, like fractionalization is early. The meme economy, memes on chain is early, and so we're pretty bullish since we're kind of like the word we like is provenance. Like the OG, the original Doge meme, the most recognizable meme probably in the internet in the world is our project, right? So we're pretty bullish that like memes could definitely go the way of NFTs did for art. And as people recognize memes on chain and there's more ownership and there's more excitement and people understand fractalization, like some of these educational pieces that are still kind of awareness and educating is being built, there's a lot of potential. So obviously we're pretty bullish on that, but we could definitely Bubba and Paco could probably speak just as much about that too.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of been like an effort from all these projects to show like this new niche in the NFT and crypto space, which is the idea of fractionalized NFTs, and in this case, not just fractionalized NFTs, but fractionalized meme NFTs. So we believe it's the new this is the future of meme ownership. And I don't know if you've heard or you're aware, there's this platform called DankBank, and they are a marketplace for other fractionalized meme NFTs. So more than just Doge and more than just Feisty Doge, but also like Success Kid and Bad Luck Brian and Sneezing Panda, like all the OG memes from like the dawn of the internet and YouTube and Reddit. So I would advise to check that out, because you're seeing like this new narrative of mimetic ownership, and like I feel like it's all been our responsibility to work together to get that message out, and then it's up to the person who they feel like what memes resonate with them the most to then have a chance to own a small piece of it. So
Definitely, I love y'all's idea on the project. I want to put that out there, and definitely, if Doge isn't the biggest or one of the biggest memes that's been on the internet, so I got some high hopes for this project. I like y'all's plans. Everything sounds good. I'm just waiting for the fuel to rocket up.
Yeah, we're building a launch pad. You know, it's there. I feel like there are a couple of things. It's just it's when the market just finally figures out this new concept of fractionalized NFTs and how they can be, how they can be traded fungibly too, and then just sometimes even just the more like macro environment. But we're building the launch pad. We're building out this really cool ecosystem with a really cool and engaged community that loves Doge first and foremost, but also really likes the idea of this new meme economy that is coming out, that is also being very like supported very well by Dank Bank. And then if you're bullish on this new future of the meme economy, then like the what better way to help like lead that than Doge. So yeah, we're all big believers, and yeah, thanks for sticking with us. It's and seeing the developments, and hopefully we'll see you in Discord, where a lot of us hang out almost like 24/7. So you'll always find someone to maybe dog pill you a little bit more.
Yeah, and definitely ways to like earn more dog, right? Like we're tipping people for things they do to support the community in Discord. Where we're going to launch more bounties on layer 3 and announce that in Discord. So yeah, definitely lots of ways to keep pamping your dog bags.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to be meme turn. Like it's not just a meme. I feel like the more involved you get with the community, like the more chances you have to pump your dog bags. Like I like we're always trying to get people to make some awesome memes, or there's some things that we sometimes don't even know we need help with until someone just starts contributing, and then when they do, it's like, oh well, I think you just found yourself a new role. Right? And so there's just like really cool things about just being able to be also operating as a DAO, is that we're kind of like a decentralized company. So if you can find if you can find a way to like show value, if you have like skills and some things that we need help with, first and foremost is just always bringing out more memes is great is a great start. But if you're more, I think the more involved you get, like the more opportunity you get. And I think there's a lot of people who can already attest to that have been here and have been able to see their contributions being recognized pretty well. So
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And golden rule, those were really good questions. I found it interesting actually hearing the responses too. So that's how I can tell those were really well thought out kind of questions. So thank you for that. And I do like this idea as well that like we're building a launching pad in the foundations. I feel like, and this is just purely my personal opinion, but I feel like sometimes projects will they'll go so overboard in like the early on hype side of things that they end up over promising stuff that's so unrealistic that they're kind of setting themselves up for long-term failure. Whereas I feel like with this project, making sure that like the fundamentals and the foundation and like the groundwork is done in the right way is really going to bode well for the future.
oh yeah, like 100%. And I think it comes from just the again, like the values that Pleaser DAO has, where they launched or they fractionalized Doge and launched this project with the mindset that this is going to be very, very long term. And because I think we can all agree that Doge now has Lindian provenance, um, and it's going to survive uh, cycles and cycles upon cycles in crypto, right? And so you don't want to look at something to be flat, like a flash in the pan. I think Doge has been tried and true. Like Dogecoin has been here, been around for almost 10 years now, and and just even the meme itself has been, uh, you know, just perpetuated through the interwebs for that long. And they just see like this is cultural relevance. you know, one of the most recognizable images of all time, it would be a disservice to try and make this something that's, you know, a flash in the pan when Doge deserves like so much more. And so with that mindset that they've had is like, okay, this is long term, then a lot of the decisions that they've made have been long term, and even just the you know, bringing on the people that have that long term mindset. um it's been kind of easy to continue keeping that mindset and just building that launch pad that'll, you know, that'll just have us be able to stick around for a long time and have like a really long-term community too. So yeah, just sometimes it's sometimes it's pretty funny to think we're only a 6-month project, but also like how much has happened in the last 6 months too has been like a very funny, like ironic dichotomy of like hurry up and slow down type uh type environment. But no, it's just been really fun. And you know, I can't wait to see what like dog will look like in 5-10 years from now. So yeah, definitely long-term mindset, and it starts with Pleaser DAO's values, and dog's values, and Doge's values, I mean.
Well, I'm definitely glad to be a part of it. And what I think one of y'all were hitting on was, it's a good saying that a project I know goes by is under promise and over deliver, and that's what I feel like y'all are aiming at, and I like
Yup,
that.
100%. Absolutely, dude. I think you get us. Welcome to the family, bro.
Definitely need to see you in Discord.
Yeah. All right, guys.
But yeah,
Cool.
I'm
This was
definitely
a
gonna
fun
join
chat.
that. Oh, my bad. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna join that Discord, and I appreciate y'all's time and talk today. And y'all all take care and have a good day.
Thank you, sir. You too.
Thanks, everybody.
Much love.
This
Well,
was a fun chat.
Until next time, everyone have a good weekend. Have a good week. We'll see you in Discord, hopefully. Woof woof. Have a good one.
Woof.
Y'all.